These boys got a couple of minutes maybe just to get themselves sorted out. So I'd just like to welcome everybody on YouTube to our Rubbins Racing League community race, Oulton Park GP. This track located in Cheshire, England. This version of the track are 2.69 miles long. I think the first racing was kind of around 1953. Don't quote me on that one. Yeah, well, Oulton Park starts with a tricky to medium high-speed right-hander with a tricky braking zone. To turn in too early. Then you're coming into Cascades, downhill into the quick combined left of Cascades. There is more grip on the inside of the bends thanks to the camber of that corner. Then you're coming up onto Shellow's corner. Late braking is required and again cambered. So if you can carry the speed into that right-hander hairpin, you know, you can really carry a lot of speed out of it too. So you're ready to his lots. You'll need to be careful with this one. It has a large curb on the entry. The rest of the chicane is a compromise. Your attention should really be on the exit of Knickerbrook. Druids, there's two exits. Careful on the exits, it's located on a crest. You misjudge your line through there, it usually ends up in the bin. And we're in the rain, remember, so that's definitely something to look out for. Large it's breaking, it's and the X is also on a... Be really careful before applying to get a good finish. Back to the boys on grid. Demobi sitting on first, Luke second, Deck Paint third, Kembo, Tro, Andy, Multiverse. Some of the new lads on the grid as well. Lek, one of our touring car regulars. Linsfoot, one of our new guys. Let's hope for a nice clean start by all these lads here. So it looks like we are about to get going here, boys. Little short straight here into the old corner. Good luck to all of our drivers on the grid. If we can keep this clean. Looks like Luke got a good start there. Demobi all sorts of sideways. Luke may have the inside into the first corner. It does look like he has it into the old corner. Demobi still fighting though. We'll keep on board with the leaders just round the corner. A lot of guys very wide there. Looks like Demobi. Look, Luke's got definitely the lead there. Deck Paint hassling the back of Demobi. He needs to be very careful. Deck Paint very wide. I think Ken's going to be through there. We'll go back and look at the pack. Andy got swallowed a little bit, lost the position. Coming through Island Bend into the old Shells corner. Can they keep it clean? Demobi. Only 3/10 in it for them guys, but we'll take a look back. Tro, Andy, Ollie, all together. That tree very inappropriately bloody positioned for my liking. Looking back at Multiverse. Multiverse has got Lecky all over the back of him. Multiverse into 5th. Let's have a look at our leader. Luke Bennett already up into his lots. Demobi looks like he's sticking with him though. It's good to see. Luke and Demobi seem to have dropped Deck Paint just a tiny bit. Let's have a little look back. Multiverse getting through there very cleanly too. Back to Millsy now. What's going back on there? Jesus, what's some racing. Looking at Ubar out in front. These boys so close to each other as they're coming up to the water tower section. Hopefully these boys can keep it clean. Shows him the inside. Manages to keep it on track. Demobi now. Looks like he's hassling. Sorry about the camera. Lecky through there too. Multiverse. Looks like he's really hassling the back end of Kembo there. These boys really on the limit now. Puddles will start to form, so we'll keep an eye on the racing as we take a look back at John Boy. John Boy with Millsy in front of him. Let's go back on board with Multiverse in the Porsche. One of the brave choices there. These boys all going through the old corner. Managing to keep it clean. Andy holding 7th, doing a lot better job this time round. Then we've got the console trying to chase down Ubar. Millsy and Atanas. Those boys, the concertina effect I think going up there. Quick look at Multiverse as we're coming. Multiverse very wide into Shell's corner. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. I hope they manage to get it stopped. They do. Andy managed to get it sorted. That's good to see. Multiverse still sideways now. That's going to allow Andy through. Andy's managed to get it before Britons. Let's have a look back at these boys. They seem like they're having fun. Millsy now. Following Atanas. John and Tro for company in the background. navigating his lots. Back on board with Multiverse. Really impressed with their Porsche managing to keep with these Genettas at the minute. These boys doing a fantastic job. Lecky looks like he's catching the back of Kembo a bit. Lecky, our pro touring car driver. Boys all seem to be setting the fastest times now, so they're definitely the tyres coming in, warming up. Have a quick look back at Ollie Ma, one of our new drivers. Pretty clean through there. The console. Good train of cars there. But notice just in front there, Luke's managed to pull a second gap. Have a look at Lecky, what they up to as they come up Deer Leap into the old Hull corner. Kembo, a bit closer. Lecky, a little sideways. Can he keep it on the grass? Can he keep it going? Yeah, it's kept it in the right direction. Good to see. Multiverse now. All these boys pretty close. Andy, Multiverse and Ollie. They've got their own little battle going on there. Got to watch the puddles. Take a look back at Lynn's foot. Lynn's foot chasing down console. Looks like we've got a slow driver. Was that Ubar? Ubar maybe made a mistake there. Looks like the console showing him the inside a little bit. Slow around the island bend. These boys doing a great job on the brakes. Lynn's foot on a good lap. As we take a look at Lecky. The concertina effect, these boys just navigating the Britons bit. Lecky with a great view, let's go on board with him. I guess you can see Kembo in front with deck paint there in the KTM. Deck paint does very well in that KTM. Is that Demoby making a mistake maybe? What's going on? Demoby made a mistake, a rare mistake at that. Let's have a look. Let's go trackside. Once the camera sorts itself out. My bad, sorry bud. Demoby now made a rare mistake there. Must have put a foot wrong, got a bit sideways. That KTM now in the KTM in front of him. Deck paint inherits second place. Demoby's not going to be happy about that one. He's going to want to answer and reply straight away. Lecky now. Let's go on board. Chase cam. Look at these boys here. If that's not got the bit between the teeth, I don't know what we'll have. He can physically see these boys on track. Demoby making a mistake. Demoby also making a pit stop. As we've got a spinner in front. Kenboy has gone off. We've got yellow flag on turn 1. Please be aware, drivers. Yellow flag, turn 1. Andy's got through. Multiverse has got through. We was on board with Lecky there. We've just heard from the engineers that he had no choice but to carry on the way he was going. The car just turned in front of him. Nowhere to go. Boy kept it going though. Kenbo going now again. Has Lindfoot in front of him. All very close to each other. Still some driving there. Ollie Ma now hassling Andy. Andy and Multiverse really in the sights. Looks like Ollie's got a lot more speed than Andy at the minute, especially into the Britain's corner. Could be only a matter of time before Ollie makes his move. Ollie are one of our new Rubbin Racing drivers. Great to see him out there on track. Ollie Ma just drove around the outside of Andy there. Andy looked like he may have had a slowdown. Let's take a look back at Kembo. He's gone very wide. Looks like he's struggling now with the car a little bit. Looking at the console. Chasing down Linsfoot. Linsfoot. Ubar. Andy. All these boys so close to one another. You have a look at the roof cam of these boys. Great racing in these GT4s. The weather throwing another element into it, of course, as well. No pit stop in this race. It's a straight sprint race, this one. Who's on the inside there? Looks like Kembo's making a move on the console. Does Ken manage to get it done? He does. Looks like the console's run wide. Hopefully that wasn't contact, but Kembo through into 9th position. Next on Kembo's list will be Linsfoot as they come through the old Hull corner. So we take a look at Andy. Andy now still got Multiverse and Ollie in front of him, but Andy looks like he may be struggling with a little bit of grip. As I say that, he's pulled right up on Multiverse. Let's go on board with Andy. Look at the spray thrown up by these guys following closely. Looks like that Porsche has been tuned pretty well. A little bit of lag there. Good to see Andy fighting at the front there. Let's have a look at Ken. Ken hassling Linfoot now. Ken, our very experienced driver for the USA, always says one of his strong attributes is patience. This guy will sit behind them, he'll study the line, see where they're slow, and he will pounce. Good driver. Looks like Andy's a little closer to Multiverse. Coming up into his laps. Multiverse also very close to Ollie. I think if we're taking anything away from his first race is just how fast Ollie Marr is, one of our new Rubbin Racing drivers. Great to see him out on track. Fast in that Ginetta. Is only a little bit down on his personal best at the minute. Andy now, as the camera sorts itself out. A little closer to the Porsche. Millsy looks like he's hassling Demobi a little bit now. Maybe Millsy made a mistake, but Demobi into 10th. Kembo looks like he's ready to make a move. Shows him the inside into the Lodge corner. Did get a reaction out of Linfoot there, definitely. That's what he was after. Trying to throw him off his line. Kembo on the outside now into Old corner. Will he make the move stick? Which one will less the late breakers here into the Old corner? Looks like Kembo's got it done. He does indeed, but Linfoot fights back. Looks like Linfoot's just conceded the little position for a little bit. Looks like Kembo's also got a bit of traffic in front. Ubar going slowly. Looks like just in front of these boys here, the Multiverse going slow with Ollie. These boys coming up into the Shallows corner. Ollie, as I'm just saying that, Andy into third position. So something's gone on there. Andy very wide around the Shallows corner. I'm sure that's just a bit of lag, but Andy into third place. What a race by him. What a position to be in. As they come into the Britain section of the track, it's a tricky one. As I'm checking it, Ollie does look like he's stalking Andy quite a lot on the outside as they're coming into his laps. He's on right on the outside. Ollie into third now. Very wide though into the corners. It compromises his line out. Andy on the outside. Andy looks like he lost a bit of traction there. If we take a look back at Uber, there's all these cars now very close to one another. Take a look at the roof cam. You can see these cars all going for it. There's a Porsche even thrown in the mix there just for the crack of it. So close racing in these GT4s. Linfoot showing these guys the inside round here. Not a great line to be around there, but you know, manages to pull it through into second. Usually a third or fourth gear corner. Good to see these boys. It looks like Multiverse is trying to make a move. Thinks better of it. Andy manages to get it done on the brakes, but Multiverse looks like he's got a good exit there as we come through Deer's Leap. Multiverse on Andy's inside into the old corner. Andy looks like he's lacking a little bit of straight line speed. Does Multiverse manage to get the position stuck? He does. Andy with a little more speed. I think that's Ollie in front of him going very slowly. Oh, Multiverse just managing to get it stopped. Andy, fantastic driving behind, managing to see what was going on there. Not managing to make any contact. These boys very close to each other. We'll just take a quick look back at Tro now. Tro following John about. John not having a good one at the minute. A 153 last time around. Let's get back to our boys. Demobi is pulling on the back of Linfoot now. Let's go and have a look at the front of this pack. I've just seen someone go very wide. Multiverse trying to hunt Ollie down now, but it looks like he's got a couple of Ginettas for company. Andy, our Hertfordshire driver, his favourite league's the GT3, but he seems to be doing alright in these GT4s too. Looks like Ollie's going a little defensive up there, trying to pull the draft a little bit. Ollie's struggling a lot now with the Knickerbrook Islop Clay Hill section, it looks like. All the guys behind will be rubbing their hands at this. Looks like Linfoot's a little closer to Demobi. Demobi into 6th place now. The guy fighting over 1st and 2nd place at the start of this race, of course. Bags of pace, just a consistency at the minute. Back on board with Andy. Carries a lot more speed through that section of track. Looks like Ollie may have a slowdown. Multiverse showing him the outside. Do the boys manage to get it stopped? They do. Through the lodge corner, all the guys driving fantastically there. Coming up through Deer Sleep into the old corner. Looks like Multiverse in that Porsche has got a little bit more top end on there, a little bit more speed in a straight line. They all managed to pull it round very well there. Yep, Demoby now's caught onto the back end of this as the camera sorts itself out. There he is. The guy has bags of space. A 149 last time round. The only guys on track setting that sort of speed are Deck Paint and Luke, so I expect Demoby to start making some moves shortly. Very close on. It looks like Demoby's got past Andy. Andy probably decided it's quicker to try and follow Demoby than actually fight with him on track. Just goes to show you the level of experience the guy's got. Demoby now. Next up, Multiverse in the Porsche. We'll go on board with him as he goes into Britain's. Doesn't take a lot of the inside curve. Multiverse very wide. That's going to be a slowdown. That is definitely Demoby through. It is indeed. Demoby from having a spin now into fourth, chasing down Ollie in third for that last podium spot. 5 minutes of this race remaining. Looks like Demoby's got the pace, but Ollie, his first Rubbins Racing League race, is not going to want to give that position, that last podium spot up. He's going to want it. I expect him to really be putting the pedal to the metal. Let's see if he can keep it consistent and clean for the next 5 minutes. Back on board with Andy. Looks like Multiverse and the Demoby. Yeah, the concertina effect there. Uber, what's he up to? He's very close to Linfoot now. Both navigated that bit of track very well. Pretty impressed with him. Uber doing a great job. Our Dutch driver. A little wide there onto the grass. Not a great line through there. It looks like Andy's a little closer to Multiverse. Yeah, that Porsche again showing just how quick it is in a straight line. Multiverse, all 4 tyres off there. Will he get a slowdown? I was going to have a look at see what the penalty system's like at the minute, but Andy very close now to the back of Multiverse. Ooh, Andy on the outside. Looks like the side by side. Coming through Lakeside into the Island Bend. Multiverse has got it done though, defends the line. Andy backs off. It does look like Andy's just sitting back there, checking out Multiverse's line, seeing where he's stronger, seeing where he can maybe get it done as Multiverse runs very wide on Oil's corner. Andy through into 4th place now. Multiverse gifting Andy the place really there. Very wide. Once you're onto the grass in this sort of weather, there is just nowhere to go. You're just a complete victim until you can pull it back onto the track. These group of cars now, Linfoot chasing down Uber in front. Uber looks like he's got Millsy in sight. Uber's car doesn't look that quick through there. It looks like Linfoot is on the outside. Let's go trackside, but Uber a lot better on the brakes there. Demoby into 3rd. These boys still fighting very hard on track. We have a yellow flag on the pit straight. We seem to have advertised boarding and brake markers on the track. All the drivers need to be aware we've got a bit of debris at the start finish. Shouldn't affect them too much, but it's good to make them aware of this. These boys navigating the Warwick Bridge section of the track now. Looks like the console's trying to weigh Linfoot up a little bit. Looks very fast through that section. As I say that, Linfoot goes very wide. Does he lose a bit of traction coming off there? He does. The console now. Linfoot tries to defend the line on the inside. Last of the late breakers. They both turn in. Did they manage to keep it clean? I think Linfoot may have just touched the back, but the boys were side by side. That is Rubbins Racing. I don't think it was intentional. The boys still going in the right direction. Good driving by the boys. Keep it going. Looking back at Muff Dog. Looks like he's got half of Janetta. There it is. Chasing down John Boy. But we'll, yeah, back with the console now. Kembo and Linfoot still driving hard. Let's go on board with Ken. Kembo showing him the inside at the Shell Oils corner. Kembo a lot tighter. Has he got the run on him? Coming into Britain's now. Let's go trackside. Kembo looks like he's got the position done. Ubar's good on the brakes. Ubar's really good on the brakes. That was really impressive. Linfoot managing to gain from that. Kembo going a bit wide. That just goes to show you've got to be in it to win it. Linfoot now into 9th. The console holding that top 10 position. Last of the top 10 guys. 1 minute to go now. Thank you so much for everyone on YouTube for watching and commenting on our 20-minute race. Appreciate all the support. Kembo looks like he wants to hunt down that spot and get himself into the top 10. The point difference there would be substantial. Multiverse doing a great job in that Porsche. It looks like Andy in front of him as we go on board with Multiverse. Andy defending the inside. The Porsche bags of speed. Andy late on the brakes, defends the inside. There's a wide head. Does Multiverse manage to get a bit of momentum going down into Cascades now? Andy still got the position. Great job by Andy defending the line there. Made it hard for Multiverse to try and catch him. We'll go on board with Multiverse. Looks like he's lost a little bit of momentum going through there. We look like we have a yellow flag somewhere on track. I think it's into the Britons. Multiverse looks like he's lost the back end of those guys. Kenbo managing to get into the top 10. That'll be good news for him. Ubar now still testing down Ollie. Ollie looks like he's dropping a few positions. Yeah, he is. We're just going to go back on board with Luke. He's not had much run time at all. The guy's not put a foot wrong all day. He's just been leading the race from start to finish. Demoby with a bit of an off, but our race winner, Luke Bennett, at the minute, doing a great job. I think this is the last lap now, so this will be the last time these lads can try and make a position. Lecky now trying to hunt down Kenvo for that last top 10 position. Be interesting to see who gets that top 10 position between these boys, because as it stands, it's Linfoot and Ken. Luke doing a great job, 21 seconds back to deck paint. Demoby there, pulling himself well back up the grid after that mistake. As Lecky goes very wide, he's definitely lost it there. Ken looks like he's the only person that can really challenge for that last spot. That'd be 9th place. Doing a great job by these boys. We're through the work bridge section. It does look like Linfoot's managed to keep the position. Kenvo, though, good recovery into the top 10 position. What's happening with Lecky? Lecky kept it now back on, lost a few positions, but coming up to the last corner of Lodge now. Good on the brakes. Boys are out even there. Shame about his spin there. He was having a real good race. Board with our lap leader, Luke Bennett. Let's go trackside. Coming through the Warwick Bridge section. What could you say about the guy? The guy's been setting 1:48 lap times, and the rest of the boys 1:49s. He's definitely in a class of his own at the minute in these GT4 cars. A deserving winner of our race one. As he gets it sideways there, bit of show voting for the old camera. Grand job by the guy. Should be proud of that position there. Deck paint looking back in that KTM. I know that guy will have a grin on his face from side to side. Everyone around him making mistakes. The guy's just kept it going consistently around. It looks like he's going to hold second if he doesn't make any silly mistakes now as he navigates his Lodge corner up the daily. Great job by Deck Paint. First race in our community. Go back to Demoby now. Got to keep the hand out to him. He made a massive mistake while racing for the lead. He takes the last podium spot in 3rd place. Good racing, Demoby. Andy looks like he's going to hold on to that 4th place as well, and that's no mean feat. Andy's been great on the brakes all day. Multiverse looks like he's got the pace for up to the Andy with bags of experience. He knows where to place that car. As I say that, looks like Multiverse is... Wow, you nearly gave me an heart attack there. I thought there was going to be a position change right at the end. Multiverse across the line. Ubar navigating Lodges now. Good job by Ubar and the Janetta there. Looked like he not great with this one. Doesn't like the way it's set up. The console closely followed by Linfoot. One of our new Rubbin Racing driver, Millsy. Looks like he's parked up. He's out of fuel. Millsy's not going to have that top 10 position. Millsy out of fuel at Lodge Corner. The boys all coming through. Such a poor outing. Millsy out of fuel. Muff Dog, Kemba. Lecky across the line. It's I take my hat off to everybody that raced there. There were such hard conditions to actually to get around in. You set some real good times, some real good on-track action. Every one of you should be proud of what you did in that race. Fantastic. Can't believe Millsy running out of fuel there as he's coming up the hill. Such a shame. Boys all drove really well. Well done to Luke Bennett, Deckpaint and Demoby. The boys doing a great job. We're looking back at the pack. Now it's up to Millsy when he wants to go, but if he passes the start finish, it's green light. Green light. All the boys are going. Back of the field look like they caught out a little bit. Looked like Multiverse took a little while to get going. He's been swamped a tiny bit. Demoby now up the inside. A little bit of oh my god, as we've got in the background, it looks like Smithy's had an accident. We'll keep on board with the fighting. Please save the replay, please, bro. We have stewards inquiries. This is our community race. We'll have a look at Lecky. Asselin going into first place now. Lecky on the outside, onto the grass, cutting back. Deck paint all over the place now. He's going to hit the thing. Yep, is that Lecky? No. Is it true? Andy and Linsfoot managing to navigate the Shells corner. Looks like we've got a lot of people having a hard time with this one, but they're still going. Ollie now on the back of Deck Paint. Smithy leading that little pack there, as Deck Paint looks like he is hitting the back end of that back end of the KTM. Deck Paint needs to watch his line through there. At least give him the room. Demoby now on the back end of Multiverse, as Ubar gets two wheels up in the air. Compromised his line a little bit. We've got a slow car coming through there. What's Luke up to? Sitting in 11th at the minute. His bumper hanging off, maybe a little contact. Ubar next to him. Let's go back on board with Lecky. Lecky now through the Druids corner, coming through Warwick Bridge now. He's gonna want that first place. Looks like Mills is defending the line. He isn't defending it. Lecky's up the inside. He's gonna have the inside for the corner at Lodge's corner. Lecky concedes the place. Kenbo's got a good run on him. Coming through Deer Leap. Will Kenbo make a move? It looks like he's showing him the inside a little bit. We've got some movers and shakers back there. We'll keep on board with these boys here. Kenbo does a good job there of getting onto the brakes and making sure there was no contact. The camera sorts itself out. I was just about to say it looks like Linsfoot, Demovi, Multiverse, all having a good battle between themselves. Just have checking Multiverse, very slow around that section of track as we go back on board with Ken. What's happened to Lecky? Lecky all the way back in 12th. We're getting something over the radio. What happened, Leck? Looks like we had a racing incident on track. It looks like we had a span in front as we've got Kenbo and Millsy side by side into the Britons. Kenbo being very patient, but has lost the back end, keeps it going. He's going to lose some spots. Looks like Andy's benefited from that too, but Andy's got Tro and Demoby on the outside. These boys so quick here into his slots. Will they sort themselves out? Andy on the outside, it looks like, yeah, Luke's got that position. He has indeed. Will Andy lose any more positions? Tro looks like he's on the back end of him. Andy doing a good job. 3 laps down, Demoby and Luke are already into podium spot contentions. Who's gone wide there? Millsy. Millsy's off the track, through into Warwick Bridge section. Andy through to 4th. There's a lot of cars here coming through. It looks like Linsfoot not being given a lot of room there through the corner. He was making a move. We've got a couple of guys into the pit. Andy, some of the first to blink. I believe that's Tro as well into the pit. Still following Lintzfoot, following Millsy, but Ken looks like he's got the run on him coming down into the Cascades corner. On board with Ken. Showed him the inside, a lot more grip there. Ken on the inside, up Lakeside. See how these boys sort themselves out before they come up to the Island Bend. Still side by side, these guys. Looks like Ken's holding that 5th place. We'll just, in the background there, Multiverse on the grass. We'll go on board with Demoby, because Demoby looks like he's hunting down Luke and Demoby, the class of the field. From the back of the grid, these boys. Let's have a look back at Ubar now. Ubar fighting with Linfoot and Ken. Ubar takes a strange line through there, but whatever works for it. Looks like Kembo was a little wide out coming out the corner there. Lost a little bit of momentum. These boys within a second of each other. Ubar on the brakes. Up the inside. Has he got the corner done? Into Druids. It looks like he has. He's on the inside. Will he have the run? Will Kembo answer back? These boys side by side. Let's have a quick chase view cam of these boys. Keeping it clean. Ubar onto the grass. Kembo. Oh, Ubar onto the grass. He's going to have no control. Does Kembo see it? He doesn't see it, and he's a victim there. Such a shame to see. It looked like he'd just lost the back end, and they had no control over the car as we're on board with Lintzfoot. I think that was Lecky up the inside of him. Good move by Lecky. Arsene kicking out a little bit there. Looks like Linfoot's trying to fight back. Demoby now. He's not letting Luke get away, is he? Still a second in it though. Let's go back to Linfoot now. The camera's not great there. Coming up the avenue. Linfoot a little wider that way. Coming into Cascades now. Tricky one. Let's have a look at the timings of these boys. Let's get rid of this food. Some good fighting going on. Millsy now from 1st into 4th. Still keeping it on the track though. Good to see. Lecky now. Looks like he's really hunting him down. We'll have a roof shot view of that as he comes through Shell Oil's corner. As you can see just in front of him there, Millsy side by side with Muff Dog. Muff Dog looks like he got the better traction coming out that corner. Millsy defends the inside. Let's go trackside with these guys. It looks like Muff Dog is on the outside. Millsy onto the brakes. Very fair of Muff Dog there. Millsy very late though. Still gets it job done. Well defended by Millsy. Good driving. Now Lintzfoot could probably see this in front of him. He's rubbing his hands. Look at them train of cars there. Lecky now on the back end of here. Lecky now on 5/10 up on his best lap on the outside. Lecky gets smashed into at the Warwick Druids and the Warwick Bridge. Lecky so many times today has been in such a good position. I hope he has a reset button. Let's go back on board with Lloyd. The boys there at Druids. Feels so Lecky. Let's hope he keeps it on track and going. Millsy fighting now. Kembo in front of them. But it looks like Muff Dog's got the move done. These boys are side by side coming through into the Deer Sleep. Give each other room. Looks like we've got a mover and shaker into the pit there, but it looks like Linfoot, Muff Dog, definitely protecting the inside line, but gets very sideways. That's going to allow Linfoot to have the run on the outside to that corner. Thinks better of it. Good driving by him there. A lot of people would just want to put the foot down, and you know that's how accidents happen, but his patience looks to have paid off there as Millsy, I think Muff goes very wide. Yes he does. So Linfoot's going to have the inside coming through Island Bend into Shell's corners. Can he make it stick? I think he does. Lecky into the pit. Probably extensive damage on that car. It looks like Millsy's pretty quick through that sector there into that chicane. We'll take a look back at what's happening with Andy at the minute. Looks like Andy's just coming up into the Shallows corner. He has a blue KTM in front of him of Tro. Millsy now. Looks like he's lost a little bit of speed there. Lintzfoot still trying to chase down that Janetta in front of him. Some good driving. Andy even closer to Tro now. Let's have a look at what that looks like. I think that's a bit of a concertina effect as they're coming into his lots. We've gone Bob with Muff Dog there. You can Physical sees as he's gone round trackside. Tro's going to go through and take the position. Hopefully Andy doesn't get involved in it. It looks like Muff Dog's only just got going, but Andy's got the momentum. He's definitely through on him. Good driving by Muff Dog to get it back on track, and being very aware of the cars behind him. Luke into the pit. Still stationary. Demobi going. Let's see what sort of lap times he can set. Demobi last time round with a 142. But then again, so was Andy. 142. Real fast lap times by them. Millsy into the pit. Muff Dog still hassling Andy, it looks like. Keeping it clean as they enter Lodge Corner to the Deer Leap. Muff Dog into the pit. Andy a full 2 seconds down on his previous best. Let's go on board with our race leader, Demobi. Just gotta say, if there's anyone that can challenge for the win today with Luke, it will be Demobi. Given the rate and the speed, the accidents that's going on. Muff Dog still in the pit. Demobi, one of our regulars, our German driver, Bavarian, is not a fan of the chicanes, but the boy doing a great job today. Let's have a look what's happening with Ken. Kenvo looks like he's chasing down Mills. He's definitely got the run on him coming into Islands Bend. They touch a little bit, rubbing a tiny bit coming into Shellhole's corner. Kenvo thinks better of it, but it looks like Millsy runs a tiny bit wide coming into there. It does look at the minute like Kenbo's got maybe a bit of more pace in him, a little bit faster. Good line in there by Kenbo, goes very late on the brakes there, lucky not to touch the back end of Millsy. Ubar doing a solid job. He's got 5 seconds advantage back there to Linsfoot. You can physically see that gap. Luke into 5th after his pit stop, trying to make some time up there. 144 last time around, but he has traffic in front of him. Millsy and Ken still going at it. Don't know what's happening with Ken. Ken seems to have lost another position. Let's have a quick check there. Yeah, 6 seconds down on his best. Millsy very wide through the bridge corner. Yellow flag, bridge corner. He's got it going again. Ollie into the pit. Where is Andy on track? Yeah, Andy's through. So what about Tuggy Bear? He's just coming around Lodge now, so looks like he's going to be close between him. It's all about the momentum with these guys. Keep on board with Ollie as he's exiting the pit. Where is Tuggy Bear? There he goes. Has he got the momentum? Looks like he's got it done. That was very close in the end. We'll take a look back at Kenbo now. Oh, Multiverse, sorry, my bad. In the Porsche, still representing. Still trying to hunt down Kenbo for that last top 10 position. We have got racing on track at the minute. Looking at Ollie and Tuggy Bear side by side. They don't go into Ellen Ben quite like that. Into the Shell Oils corner now. Tuggy Bear doing a good job this time round. Looks like Linfoot is actually hassling the back end of Luke. We'll take a look. Luke maybe made a mistake somewhere. Very, very sideways there as his tyres given up. Linfoot also a bit wide there. Looking at that gap there, it's under a second. It's a good driving by Linsfoot there to keep the driver like Luke there in his eyesight. Luke pulling away though. Looking back at Tuggy Bear. Very sideways. He's lost the back end of the car. He's round. We've got a yellow flag at the Hislops corner. Kenboy. He seems to have Multiverse's number round this little section of track. Runs very wide there. Good driving by Kenboy, still holding that top 10 spot, but Multiverse is on a charge. Last time around, Multiverse a full 4 seconds quicker than Kenboy. He must have made a mistake. Andy coming across the start-finish, chasing down Troy in front of him. 4 attempts down last time by Andy, not his best lap, but we know what he's like on the brakes. The guys definitely can move, definitely made up some momentum there. Let's take a little shot on board with him as they come into Cascades now. Holds the inside line where the grip is. He's onto the power early. Coming up this little straight lakeside now. Definitely pulling on the back into the draft. May lose a bit of downforce. We'll see what it's like into Islands Bends here. We'll take a look at actual Andy's perspective. He's showing him the inside into the Shellhole's corner. Tro does see the move happening. It's good to see that these boys are very aware of one another on track. There doesn't need to be contact when they're racing like this. Clean, hard and fair. Can Andy keep it clean coming into Britain's? Takes a lot of curb. Good exit. got the job done. Good lad. Back on board with Luke. Uber, the man in front of him at the minute. Luke, though, a full 3 seconds quicker the last lap around. Also, Millsy got that top 10 position. Let's have a look at these boys. Who's that? That's Multiverse Millsy, and Millsy goes a little wide there. Been struggling with that one a little bit. Tuggy Bear chasing down Kembo in front of him. Let's have a quick look at what Tro and Andy are up to. Tro seems to have gained a little momentum as they're coming down the Warwick Bridge section of the track. Let's see what they're like into Lodge Corner. Let's go trackside. That KTM should be better technically in the curbs. Andy very wide, hopefully that's not a slowdown. Looks like Tro's going to have the run though. Tro, it looks like Ubar's into the pit. Let's keep on board with Tro though, shows him the inside. Andy very experienced. Tro looking for a reaction as Tro gets very sideways. You've got to hold your hat off, that was a good save. Let's have a quick look at his view at the minute. They're coming to Cascades. Very wide, suffering from lack of downforce there. That's going to release Andy a little bit. Let's see where Ubar is in all this. Quite a little bit behind these, but any mistake made by these boys and it's game over. Demobi, 141 last time round. Our race leader at the minute, 10 laps down. Luke, a full second quicker last time around. Demobi, 3 attempts down on his personal best, but still doing well out on track, still setting good lap times. Olimar now, chasing down Ubar. There's only a second in it. Been very impressed with Olimar with his first Rubbins Racing community event. He's raced very well. It just goes to show the position he's in, to say that he's not been racing very long in the league. He's doing a good job there. Let's have a look at Andy. See up to... Looks like we can hear a different car in the background there. Yeah, you could just about see Tro in the background. Andy doing a good job holding on to 4th. Some real good points to be scored there if you can keep it on the track and keep it together. Good line through out there. Andy, I think, could see Linfoot just in front too. Let's have a look at Olimar now. Good line through there. Can see Ubar in front of him. Ubar, of course, our dust driver. He's been racing on the Sims for way over 18 months, so quite experienced. Ollie a little sideways, let's go on board with him. That gap a little bigger. Maybe the way these guys have got them tuned up a little bit. They navigate Old Hold Corner now. Looks like Olimar took it a little bit quicker. Good to see. Let's go trackside. Definitely where the action is at the minute. They navigate Cascades. The grip is definitely on the inside there as Olimar gets a much better exit. It's forcing Ubar to go defensive. Olimar now on the inside into the island bend. He looks like he's got the position done. He has. And that was all about the exit of Cascades onto Lakeside. Good job by Ollie. Into 6 is a full 1/10 up on his best lap. Great to see, but Ubar's not going to be happy with that. He's going to want that position back. He'll have the bit between his teeth for this one. Luke last time round, another 141, another full second quicker than Demobi. We have Debt Paint struggling in the background there, but also setting a 141. Just goes to show you what sort of lap time he can personally set. Of course, involved in the in all the accidents at the start of the race. Let's go on board with Demobi. As I say that, Olimar 4 attempts up on his personal best lap. He's having a real good go at this one. Good line through there. As we just look in front at Tro, and he could see Andy there. Let's have a look at the chase cam. Andy doing a good job. Into the Old Hull corner. Andy seeing Linfoot in front of him now. Maybe Linfoot a bit slower last time round. Andy a full second quicker than the guys, so he's definitely catching him. Definitely enough time in it. Yeah, well, Andy navigates Island Bend now. Maybe lost a little bit of time there. Still doing a good job. We'll go trackside. Andy chasing down Linfoot, but Tro coming up on the concertina effect is still hunting him down. Andy could be on for a podium. Be good to see our driver from Hertfordshire into the podium spots there. He has Tro for company though, and that's no easy task. Having a little look back here, let's see what Uber's up to. Gotta say, doing a decent job, our other Dutch driver in the league. Uber hailing for Denise, I think, or Dreef. I don't want to do the poor guy any justice by mispronouncing his name, but I gave it a go. Kembo, looks like he's sideways, he is. We've got a yellow flag at Britain's. Kembo off the line, really struggling with the back end. That's Multiverse through in the Porsche. Tuggy Bear, let's have a look on board with him. You can see Kembo now struggling. Let's have a look if Kembo's a little better through the next set of his laps with his back end. Yeah, seems to be a lot cleaner that time around. Good to see him going again. Millsy in 8th position now. Our British driver from Suffolk, probably one of the last of the late breakers. Seems to like this class, doing a good job in 8th. Real good point scoring position. He's got Multiverse for company, about 3 or 4 seconds up the road. Big gap there to Uber, but doing a good job. As I say, that runs very wide. Hopefully he doesn't get a slowdown for that one. Let's have a look back at Kembo now. He seems to be chasing down Multiverse. Doesn't seem to be too much in it. Andy, has he made a mistake? It's 2 tenths down on his best. Definitely catching Linfoot for that last podium spot. Let's go on board with him. See from his perspective as he navigates this. Linfoot very wide through there. The car looks lively. Linfoot looks like he's struggling with the traction of the back end coming out of the slow corner curbs. Great shot here as we're coming into the Hislop section. Andy takes a bit more curb that time, wants to be careful. Linfoot very sideways now. This gap so close between them. Linfoot still keeping it pointed in the right direction, but again, last time around Andy was a full 2 seconds a lap quicker, and Linfoot's like 9 tenths down on his personal best, so struggling at the minute. Maybe the tyres are not working for him. Andy's so much quicker there down Warwick Bridge. How will he have to run? He's showing him the inside. He's got the inside coming into Lodge Corner. Onto the brakes now. We know Andy's good. Got the position done. Andy into the last podium spot, into 3rd. Can he make it stick now? Because we all know that Linfoot's going to want to fight back. We'll stick with Andy. Can Linfoot answer into the old Hull corner? Doesn't look like it at the minute. Gonna have to settle for that 4th. Still sticking with Andy. It's good to see. And all the while these guys had that squabble, Tro's caught onto the back of this. So we've got a battle over 5th, 4th and 3rd for the last podium spot. These guys separated by a couple of seconds. Tro got a very good run. I think Linfoot's going to lose another position. He has. Definitely struggling with the bent tyres. Definitely a little wider. The KTM very fast at the minute. A full second quicker than Andy last time around. So this fight not over. As I say, that Linfoot a lot faster through the Shell Oil corner. Linfoot, our British driver from Swansea, is new to the league. Doing a great job hassling the back end of Tro there. We're on board with Linfoot. Let's have a look what these guys are up to. Shows him the inside. He's just trying to get a reaction out of Tro, see if he can pull him off his line. As he goes onto the grass, he's going to have no grip. He's going to lose a bit of time there. Kembo looks like he's closing in on Multiverse a little bit. I think it was a concertina effect. Let's go back on board with Linfoot now. Tro looks very loose. That KTM maybe not as planted as I once thought. Maybe them back tyres are giving up a tiny bit. These guys squabbling over themselves, noticing that Andy's pulled a 3-second gap to these boys. Now he's been released essentially. We'll go trackside. Multiverse and Kembo very close to one another. We'll take a quick look. Multiverse is round his span. We have a yellow flag. Yellow flag. He's got going again. Sector 3 open. Looks like both Kembo and Millsy managed to gain from that. Millsy 8th. Kembo 9th. Kembo full second quicker last time around. As Linfoot starts lighting up our timing boards. Good exit there. True always struggles, it seems, in the KTM in this section. The KTM lacking a little bit of horsepower compared to the Ginettas. Lindsfoot pulls right up on him now. Whoa, True's wide. Does he manage to save it? I hope he managed to keep it on track. He does, but he makes contact with Lindsfoot. True is going to have to give that position back. He's going to have to let Lindsfoot go in front of him. It's good driving by the boys. Continue racing. Now, can Lindsfoot keep it pointing in the right direction? But more importantly, can these boys hunt down Andy for that last podium spot? True in the background, very wide and through. Where is Ollie? Ollie's through. He's got the position done. Where is True? True got going again? He hasn't. He's going to have to reverse out. That's Uber through. True now manages to reset. Where's Millsy in all this? Millsy is a 10th up on his best, but he's nowhere near these guys. Let's go back on board with Lindsfoot. Andy now's pulled 4 seconds. A 142 last time around compared to Lindsfoot 145. You've got to say Andy's got the pace this time around. Let's have a look what Kembo's up to. Hunting down Millsy. These boys keeping it clean. Great little section here as they're coming into the Hislop and the Knickerbrook section. Kembo looks a little wider than Millsy. Millsy looks like he's a bit got a car a little bit more stable through that bit. Kembo pulling up on the back end of him. Coming for the Druid to it. Oh, what happened there? Was there a slowdown maybe? Perhaps. I think there may have been. Maybe Millsy run wide. Slow down. Back to Lecky, who's going. Had a massive accident at the start of this feature race and has been trying to make time ever since. A 145 last time around. He's got Tuggy Bear in front of him. Coming through the water tower section. Lecky, very fast through this section, but he is 8 tenths down on his best. On the round the outside, can he make it stick? As they come through the Warwick Bridge section, into Lodge Corner, Lecky on the outside, what a move, into 12th. And you've got to say, there's not too much in front of him to the next spot, so we'll keep an eye on Lecky, see what sort of lap times he can set. Ollie now, looks like he's catching Lindsfoot a little bit. Probably Ollie has the advantage with having no front end on that Ginetta, so his aero might not quite be there, as it looks like Ubar's having another little loft. That was True through on him. Deck paint now, sorry guys, coming through the Shelley Olds corner in that brightly coloured KTM. Another guy that had a massive off at the start, started making places up ever since. He's now chasing down Millsy in front of him. Hopefully, Millsy goes very wide, deck paint's through. That's released deck paint now. He's going to chase down Kembo, see what he can do. Let's go back aboard with Olimar, who is side by side with Lindsfoot. Oh. These boys got to give each other the room, and they do. Through Lodge Corner, into Deer Leap. It's going to be who's got the aero set up right. Olimar still following Lindsfoot. Lindsfoot got defensive into turn 1, he doesn't. But Ollie's sticking behind him. Lindsfoot, as I say that, Lindsfoot very slow off the corner. Ollie may have the run on him. Does he cover the line? No. Ollie's still sticking behind him. Ollie in the inside. Lindsfoot is going to have no grip whatsoever. That's Ollie through into 4th position. Once you're out on that grass there at that section, it is difficult to maintain the car pointing in the right direction. So the guy did a standout job. He's got going again. Let's see if he can hold 5th position down. There's a 10-second gap back to True. Couple of laps in it. Let's go on board with our leader. Hasn't had too much run time. The guy is coming up on traffic. Let me have a look who that is in front. The guy who's been blue flagged. Lecky, can you move out the way please, brother? As I say that, Demoby's into the pit. My bad. Demoby taking his mandatory pit stop. Where is Luke on track? Luke's through, I think. Yeah, definitely is. Luke takes first on track. It's full 1.5 seconds down on his personal best there. Maybe the tyre's giving up. Let's have a look where Andy is. Andy only just coming through the Warwick Bridge section. So, is he going again? He is. He's going to keep that position, I think. Definitely. So Demoby in second. Andy coming up onto Lodge Corner. Has he got traffic in front of him? It may appear so. I don't think that's Demoby. He's definitely got traffic in front of him. Not sure who that is. Hopefully be aware of it. Let's have a quick look through. Can Muff Dog? Never mind, he got out the way, really out the way. Never mind, it doesn't matter. No worries, pal. I was going to call a blue flag, but the laws of the gods. Linfoot into the pit. Andy into some fresh air. Last time around, Demobi, a 151, that was the pit stop. Luke with a 141. Anybody near him on lap time, really. Deck paint, 142. Kenbo, though, going pretty well there. Let's have a look back, see what he's up to. Coming across the start finish into the old corner. Another 141 last time around, so Kenbo has got the pace. It's just a consistency with the guy, our American driver. It's good to see him in our league. It must be a weird time zone for him, but glad to have him on track and part of this league. The support and the love that we've been getting is it's been phenomenal. We have a spinner at the hairpin. Okay, thank you for pointing that out, boys. Lecky, Necadine, Castards, all in out. Morning, it's a bit of traffic, he's come off the track. People that have been blue flagged, they need to obey the blue flags and come out the way. Ollie really suffered there, and I think because of it, no, that Tro's caught up a little bit, but yeah, Ollie very right there. Hopefully you can save the replay and see what sort of what happened there, but we'll get word from Ollie soon off the pit crew and see just what happened at that corner there. Ollie, have you got a word for us on track? Yep. That's a... No, absolutely. So we're just getting a radio message through there from Ollie, who's sitting 4th position at the minute. He was pushing real hard to try and catch Andy, the guy sitting in 3rd position, who's doing a fantastic job, and Ollie coming up on traffic. The car's spun out in front of him. He's had nowhere to go at all, and he's just been collected. He's lost a lot of time because of it, but I suspect the car in front was being blue flagged and should have moved, so definitely a steward's inquiry afterwards. The lad's still going though, still doing well. Take a quick look at what Luke's up to with a 140 last time round. He definitely loves that lodge corner. We're getting sideways there. So what sort of lap time is setting? It was a 140 last time. A 140 again. Great lap time by him. Demobi now coming into lodge. See what side he can sort of set. It was a bit of a bad lap by him last time around. Hopefully he can improve on that. Keep it interesting at the very least. Looks like Muff Dog is having a bit of a fight there. Yep. Let's go on board with him. Back of the grid at the minute, we've got Muff Dog, Tuggy Bear having their own little internal battle. Has Lecky gone sideways? Lecky's got blue. We've got a yellow flag at Shell Oil's corner. Yellow flag at Shell Oil's corner to all of our drivers. Lecky sitting in 12th, absolutely binned it there. Has managed to get going. Hopefully the boys won't be collected. Again, Muff Dog and Tuggy Bear doing it. Lecky again having trouble with the back end of that car. We will get a radio message from Lecky towards the end of the race. We'll see exactly what's going on, but at the minute, Luke with a 140 smashing it. Demobi 143 round there. Andy setting a 144, but you've got to say, Ollie, now he's got going again into some fresh air, set a 142, full 2 seconds quicker than Andy last time round. But then again, Tro behind him as he goes very sideways, coming through cascades. Tro behind him sets a 142 as well, so they're definitely on for good lap times. Ubar with a 144, Kenbo with a 142, 2 seconds quicker. Kenbo might be able to get that 6th place by the end. We've only got a few laps of this race left. Let's have a look back at there. Can we see on board with Kenbo at the minute? Can we see the car in front? Yes, we can see Ubar just coming through Island Bend now into Shell Oils. That is the gap. Quick check back at Multiverse, who's got Lecky in front of him. Lecky having an absolute nightmare with that Janetta. The guy's got bags of pace. It's just the consistency of the things not helping him. Didn't have a lot of time to practice for this one, I'm afraid, so probably showing Multiverse sideways. Manages to keep it. Back on board with Deckpain, who's also chasing down Kenbo. So this race isn't finished yet. It's for 6th, 7th and 8th. Looks like they're all very close to each other. We'll go trackside with these boys. Sorry, guys. On Bobby Kembo, who hits the actual barrier there. We've got a yellow flag at Druids. He's got going again. That's a shame to see. Deck paint now. Let's have a look on board with him. We see deck paint. I think he's serving a slowdown. I think. I'm not too sure. Uber looks like he's going past the back marker there. Yep, he's through. No, that's Ollie. Ollie. Something going on with Ollie there. Uber through into 5th. This is definitely a game of nutrition at this point. I don't think much of the lads have actually done much practice with full fuel loads and with the tyres going off towards the end. So Ollie now on the back of Uber. There may be a touch there. If there's a position change because of it, Ollie's going to have to... Yeah, it looks like Ollie's going to have to give that position back if that's the case, through the position being took through a bump. But we can sort that out afterwards. Or if he's gracious enough on track, he'll give it back. That's fine, mate. It's good to hear. Kembo now really hunting down deck paint. Doing his best as they come up lakeside. Not many laps left now. Through Island Bend. Into the Shell Oils corner as we go on board with Kembo. 149 last time around. Who's setting the times this year? 144 by the Muff. The Moby, a 141, but still, it seems to be Luke. Class of the field. Of course, Luke is our pro esports driver, our British esports driver from Birmingham. He's putting up a good show today. He's really been the class of the field. He's not had too much run time because he's been out in front with 16 seconds he's pulled, so not too much run time, but hats off to him. Kept it clean so far, but it's not the end of the race yet. Anything can happen. Take a look back at Demoby. Looks like Demoby's managed to get past Multiverse in the Porsche as they navigate the Shell Oils corner. Demoby, a 10th down on his best. Andy, what can you say? Doing a fantastic job to hold that last podium spot. Been one of the drivers of the day. That thing looks like it suffers on the straights, but him on the brakes with these GT4s. Our driver from Hertfordshire, definitely liking these things. Let's see if we can keep it on track and keep that podium spot. He's definitely earned it today. Let's take a quick look back at Tro, as Andy's 3/10 down on his best at the minute. Tro now looks like he's managed to navigate a bit of traffic in that blue KTM coming up into Islands Bend. A little tardier this time by him. It's good to see. Looks like we've got a bit of fighting going on. Linsfoot now is very close to deck paint, and Millsy in the background also not wanting to miss out on this. No, no, no! Deck paint's gone! We have a yellow flag at the exit of Cascades, but I think he's got it going again, but he's going to have to be careful coming back on track for cars coming through. That's good to see. That's Millsy by. Looks like deck paint's going to hold that top 10 spot. It's a shame that he's had that spin there, but it's good to see all the drivers navigating and giving each other the room as we go on board with Luke, who's on his best lap at the minute. He's coming up on a little bit of traffic. He's got a KTM in front. Well, is that a KTM in front of him? I'm not sure, but he's coming up into Britain's now. He's got a KTM in front of him. The boys fighting hard in front. I think he's coming up on deck paint and Millsy, and these boys are not going to want to give an inch. They're racing on track for position for 9th and 10th, but if Luke does catch on the back end of these boys, will have to pull over and let him through as deck paint goes through on the side. That's going to be Luke coming through. Let's have a look at what's going on board with Luke. Luke now coming up through the Druid section and Clay Hill. That is deck paint in front of him in the KTM. Deck paint's going to let him through, coming through the Warwick Bridge section. He should pull off to a side any minute now. Let our race leader through. Let's go on board with deck paint and make sure it is him. It is deck paint. Deck paint, will you move over to a side, buddy, and let Luke Bennett through, bud? I'll wait till you get blue flag, but any time on the straight would be great. We'll go trackside. I think we're on the last lap of the race now. Hopefully we have no incidents on track and Luke gets through cleanly. It's come up as blue flagged now. Anyway, deck paint managed to come out the way. Hopefully it doesn't lose any traction because of it. No, it managed to keep it clean and on track. Thank you very much, deck paint, for that. Lynn's foot closing up on Tron Kenbo. Let's have a look at Kenbo now. Seems to have lost it a little bit on the back end of that Lynn's foot. Let's have a look at the chase cam. I think deck paint and these guys are all together. No, my bad. It's just Linfoot and Tro now. But coming back on board with Luke because... Which position are you in again? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Ollie. You'll be on the last lap, I think, in a minute, but I am seeing that car in front of you. Let me just check who that is. Right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Let's go trackside now as Ollie tries to navigate a bit of traffic here. We've been given the blue flag. The guy's got to come out the way. Thank you so much. Let's look at Lynn's foot. Still hunting him down. I think Luke's on the last lap now. Managing to get round deck paint. Deck paint still sticking with the back end of that thing a little bit. Last time coming up the Warwick Bridge section. Luke Bennett, bit of traffic, gets out the way. Thank you very much, Multiverse, for coming out the way. Last time into the lodge corner. Coming up into very sideways is our race 2 feature race winner, Luke Bennett. Great driving there from our driver. Unbelievable. Race 2 as well. Demoby, where is the blood? Coming into the Warwick Bridge section now. Can he keep it clean? He does indeed. Multiverse in the background there having a good one. Demoby now coming up into lodge corner for the last time. Better lap by Demoby last time round. Coming up into the Daisley. Well done to Demoby. Second place. Where's Andy? Andy also coming through the Warwick Bridge section. Top job by Andy today to get a podium spot. Was a late entry into the drivers list. Was going to be commentating with me. Probably made the right move judging by that position. Coming into lodge corner now for the last time. Navigates it beautifully. Good line through there. Coming up into Dearleaf. Across the line to take our last podium spot. Andy C. WFC. Nice job. Ollie Marr now, what can you say? He's our new Rubbins Racing. He's new to the community. The boy definitely belongs in it because his position's been absolutely fantastic. He's been a little unlucky today in our feature race with traffic and coming up on incidents, but we're hoping for a better showing from him in the future. He's definitely got bags of talents as he crosses the line. Good showing by him. Where's Ubar in this? Also coming up the Dearsley. Good points position by Ubar. Good driving. Kenbo now coming through the lodge corner. Missing a bonnet, but good driving by Kenbo. He's definitely got the pace. Tro now. Good job in the blue KTM. Wow, and Linsfoot wasn't too far behind in the air then. Good driving by him. Top driving by the lads for the 2019 Rubbins Racing Oulton Park GP race. I'd like to thank everybody that joined us on YouTube for the stream. I'd like to thank Luke, Demoby and Andy for our podium spots. You gave us some great racing. To the rest of our Rubbin Racing lads, you all drove fantastically. I can't wait to see the video edited from you. From me and all the Rubbins Racing team, a lot of love. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you after.